Hi everyone, it's Sandy Pro and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Today we're going to make a decorative floral hat. It can go on a wall or a door just to add some color to your environment. And what I have done is I've gone through my assortment of assorted or artificial flowers that I have in my tote. I've been to the Dollar Tree and purchased 2 straw hats that happen to have ribbons on them, but you can do them with ribbons or without. We need a glue gun, and we need wire cutters, and we also need one of these not so fancy hair elastics. That'll help us place them on the wall. So let's get started. Right now, here are the straw hats I purchased for $1 that have ribbons. Got one in purple, one in black. I have some assorted flowers over on this side and through here, kind of fall colors. I think those will go with the black ribbon. And over on this side, that is probably just out of camera range, are some summery colors. So the first thing we need to do is take your artificial flowers and trim them. So we want like an inch, maybe to an inch and a half extra little stem on there. And you can cut them all down. I don't know how many we'll need, but I'll just cut some right here. We'll see how many. We may have extras. These are carnations. These sort of look like tiger lilies. A couple roses. Okay, so the object is to adorn the hat with flowers. So, depending on what type of flower arrangement you want to make, whether you want it symmetrical or asymmetrical, just start with a flower, choose where you'd like to put it. I think I would start there with this dark blue one. I hope you can see that. What I'm going to do is, as you can see that this is straight, we're going to want to bend that at an angle. And when you do, you can take the actual flower and with some effort poke it through a hole in the hat. Then it will lie somewhat flat right there. And I'm going to do the same with one on the opposite side of the hat. You don't see much of the bow. Maybe we should move it up. A little bit more visible. And you'll get to play with these as you make it. I'm sure they're going to look frumpy for a bit. And if you just saw the lights blink, I did too. We got something going on here in town. It's called too much hot weather, and air conditioners are on all over the place, so I think it's drawing on the current. Nothing to do with our hat though, unless the power goes off. Carnation, I'm going to bend it. I'm going to move up a little bit. Poke that in a hole. Easier said than done sometimes. And try that one again. Okay. Another carnation. I'm going to bend the stem. And as usual, I usually try to push the leaves up towards the actual bloom. Find another hole, as you can see. Well, I hope you can see. In the straw hat. There seems to be like a little nylon thread going through those that makes it a little tough to go in, but you can do it. Alright, how about tiger lilies? How will these work? Bend to the opposite side for me. Find a hole in the brim. And as you can tell, just by poking them through, they're staying rather nicely. But what we're going to do is flip the hat over and secure them, pull them a little extra, secure them with a glue gun eventually. Okay, what's next? How about a rose? Oh, the rose. I do have one more blue one that I'll want right here, opposite of the bow. So I'm going to poke that one in now so I can better measure what I need to fill in with. I wonder if I should just throw some more lilies in there. That looks like the answer to me. However, this one's missing the wire, and so is the other. So I'm going to clip right there. Make them two separate. And these are not strong. They're just plastic and flexible. See if I can put a couple in here. Well, there's one. I'm going to move to this side and put two in between here. So there's a preview. Obviously they're not glued, but we're going to do that step next. Okay? I'm going to flip them over gently. You can see the stems poking through. And we'll get started as soon as my glue gun is up to temp. Okay, this seems to be warmed up some. I'm simply going to take the stem of the flower on the opposite side. It's already bent. Glue it and just stick it on in there. Now I happen to have a low temp glue gun. I don't have a high temp one. So it doesn't bother me too much to stick my finger right in there. Although, I suppose over time it could get a little bit hot. So I'm going to pull through, place some glue along the brim, and lay that stem right in there. The most important part is to realize you're never going to wear this, so it shouldn't be sitting on your hat. I mean on your head. And it should be just laying up against the wall. So I'm going to go to the next one and pull it through as much as I can. Place some glue. And I stick that stem right in there. And continue all the way around the hat. Wow, my glue gun just doesn't want to stay in place. The cord must be bent. Hope you can see this all right. Again, we're just gonna, now this one right here is not a wired stem. That's one of those plastic ones that is very flexible. Well, that may make it a difference of it staying put for a while. Just going to put some pressure on there. If I had to, or if I had a clothespin handy, I probably could set it right on that. Seems to be doing better. I'm going to continue to go around the circle of the brim. It's going quite quickly. It's not difficult to do. And what I'm going to do is finish this one up by going all the way around. Woo! Put some pressure on that one. And I'll show you the finished product. And then we'll start the other one. Alright folks, I think I spoke too soon when I said I'd show you the finished product. What I've done though is I've completed gluing all the stems around the brim on the underside. I'm going to flip it over. And this is what it looks like on the top, which is lovely. However, I still need to show you how we're going to hang it. That's when the handy dandy ponytail elastic comes in. This one's kind of stretched out, so it's not so useful for me. I'm just going to tie a knot or a loop in it, like that. Maybe if I'm smart enough, I can do two. I make two at once. Alright. Very different in size, but you can see what I've done. I'm going to cut in between. I'm going to look for that bow, flip it over, and on the opposite side of that brim, I'm just going to glue that elastic tie right up in here. Do you see that all right? I'm hoping so. And that will be secure enough for us just to hang it on a picture frame holder or nail, whatever you have to hang your hat. One down, one to go. Here comes hat number 2. This one has the black ribbon. I've chosen colors that are a little bit more autumn, some rusts, some neutrals, and what we're going to find is a little complication on this one. However, not this particular flower. I've bent the stem. We're looking for a hole, fit up close to that brim. Now we have some fish line in there. Sometimes it takes a little harder to poke through, but eventually you'll get it to come in with a little effort. That'll be our first one. And the second one will be one of neutral color. And once again, these are flowers I already had in my home. Now here comes the complication. I have some Gerber Daisies. The Gerber Daisies have very thick stems. So I'm actually going to have to cut into this brim, I believe. To make an actual hole. now that one will slide through rather easily. Bend the floral wire, find a hole, and poke it on through. I think I've lost a flower here or there. Yeah, seems like I started out with one right over here. What do you think? So the next step, once again, is to flip over and glue all the stems flat towards the brim. Add your elastic tie to hang it on the opposite side of the bow if you have a bow, and flip it up on a door or on a wall. We'll see you in a bit with pictures. So by now you've seen a couple pictures of them hung up on the wall. Thank you very much for stopping in and taking a peek. It's Sandy Pro. Gotta go!